Can you hear me now? Yeah. Good. Okay. My contribution to this book is very modest. Because of my ill health, I have not been able to write too much. It comprised mainly of a statement which I made when I was in prison in 1972 after 9 years of incarceration. As you know, I was detained in a closed-door operation on February 2nd, 1963, and I was the last one to come out from that batch of detainees, almost 20 years later. Now, this statement mainly stated my stand on my detention. After 9 years of incarceration, they wanted me to issue a statement to firstly support the so-called democratic system in Singapore, and secondly to renounce politics. I told them that these two demands are contradictory, self-contradictory. Because if there is parliamentary democracy, then I don't have to give up politics. So we said we must say something to show repentance. Otherwise, Lee Kuan Yew will lose face. I think it's not a question of pride, it's a question of principle. In the first place, the person has to save his face by depriving somebody else of his fundamental rights. Then that's not a face that's worth saving. So, to me, democratic rights is a fundamental constitutional right of the people of Singapore. And no one should be deprived of their right and held to ransom to extort statements of repentance and recantation. So the whole thing broke down to having to issue a statement of repentance, which I refused. Subsequently, I was detained for another over 10 years after that statement was issued. So a total of 19 years and 8 months, longer than a life sentence. Life sentence will be reduced after 13 years after the usual one-third remission. But for no charge, no trial, I was detained for longer than a life sentence. A lot of hullabaloo has been said recently on the right of political detainees to appeal to an advisory board. I want to tell you my experience about this advisory board. After about 1 year of detention, I was asked to go to the prison main gate at about 4 p.m. I was given a notice to say that I had to appear before the advisory board the next day. I was given a full-step paper of so-called charge sheets. I said I want to keep this sheet of paper so I prepare for my next morning's appearance. He said, no, you cannot keep it, you just read it and you take it. I said, I'm informed my lawyer about this. He said, no, because I have informed my lawyer, but we cannot clarify for you now. I said, in that case, how do I contact the lawyer? He said, that's the law. So the next morning, I was called to the High Court with handcuffs and all that, and appeared before the advisory board comprising of 3 persons, a judge called Judge Winslow and 2 other persons. One is a certain Elias, and I think is a lawyer, and another funny gentleman, whose name I cannot remember. So, on this so-called charge sheet, there are a lot of blank spaces. I asked Judge Winslow what does this blank spaces mean. He said, oh, these are charges which are so sensitive that they are shown only to the advisory board and not to you. I said, what the hell can anybody defend himself against a charge that's not able to do to him? And I asked him for advice. He just said, okay. I said, is this a mockery of a judgment or what? He said, this is the law. I said, the whole thing is a judicial trust. I mean, it's incredible that anyone has to face this kind of mockery, this kind of so-called justice. And the fact that a High Court judge is being put as the chairman of this advisory board gives the public an illusion that there is judgment, there is justice. And I told him that if I were a High Court judge, I will not lend credence to this mockery by my presence. Then this Elias threatened me with contempt of court. I was very happy when he threatened me with contempt of court, because after all I was already in prison, and transferring from one prison to another, it doesn't matter to me. By the way, in my 20 years in prison, I was in practically all the prisons in Singapore, except, of course, the female prison. And then the judge says,